With an opening statement.
All right. Well, tale of two games. Clearly a very different first half of that game, the second half of that game, if you could split it up. Very proud of how we made an adjustment halfway through. We were allowing more than 2 runners on base the first 4 innings. We were less than our goal of quality at-bats the first 20 plate appearances. We were 9 of 20 in quality at-bats. And then the guys made an adjustment, and they got together in the dugout. And the next 20 plate appearances, we had 17 quality at-bats, which is elite. And then the second half of the game, I think only one runner reached base. So really just 2 completely different games within the game. Cam got things going after we kind of, regrouped in the dugout. Cam led us off with a single, and that started the scoring. We got 2 runs, and then the next time he came up, was the biggest hit of the game, the 3-run homer to take the lead. That kind of, allowed everybody to take a deep breath, and then we were able to put on a bunch more runs after that. But no hit. There were some big hits in the game. Dom Listy's bases clearing, 3 RBI, 2 out double, but none bigger than Cam's home run. So it's just a typical of Cam being the clutch player that he is, but just really appreciate how our guys made that adjustment and came out in the second half of that game, played very, very well.
Questions for Cam?
Cam, what are you looking for in that at-bat where you hit the home run?
I'm always looking for fastball, but just scoring my teammates in. I'm just trying to get on base for my teammates. We had a rough start at the beginning of the game, but we just adjusted, and we came up as a group, and we just made the adjustment.
Cam, I know you don't want to make excuses, though, but was it like 5th game of the week, also daylight savings time, you guys lose an hour's sleep? Was all that kind of played a part, maybe thinking the slow start?
I wouldn't say that. I think we played 5 games this week, and we're just a little exhausted. But like I said, we brought everybody up together, and we just did 6, 7, 8, 9. We just put up runs and scored.
Cam, I noticed at the end of or in the middle of every inning, there were a couple guys that would huddle up and then they break. What was that? Where you guys kind of game plan and stuff like that? I don't know if that was even anything at all. I just noticed it happen every inning.
In the dugout or on the field?
In the dugout, yeah.
We just talk about what the pitcher has or whatever, and just talk about what pitches he has. That's all we really talk about.
Anything else for Cam?
This team, you feel like you're never out, right? Is that kind of the feeling that you have in the dugout that hey, we didn't score for 5, but we'll get 1 here or 2 here?
Yeah, like our team last year, we knew we were never out to fight, and this team is special, so I knew we were going to come back and win the game.
Does it take sometimes just getting that 1 hit to get the 1 run in to kind of say, okay, now we've got this?
Yeah, once you get the first hit, you're more confident at the plate, and once we started going, everybody was ready to hit and just score runs. So.
Anything else for Cam? All right, thank you, Cam.
Coach, for those that don't know, what do you consider to be a quality at bat?
Mostly centered around hard hit, but anytime you draw a walk, get hit by a pitch, those are always going to be a quality at bat. If you score a run with less than 2 outs from third, that's quality at bat. If you move a guy over with no outs and a runner on second, that's quality at bat. But it's mostly centered on making hard contact. And there are outlier cases where a guy could battle, see 8 pitches or more, and he gets out, maybe doesn't hit it hard, but he saw a bunch of pitches, made the pitcher work. Could be a quality at bat. It's totally subjective by the coach, but usually it's centered around hard contact and getting on base. If you either be a walk, hit by pitch, or just hitting it hard.
Was the day just a perfect example of just kids are young, and then they got other things going on, and you get to that end of the week, and it's hard to kind of push along, I guess.
Well, I feel like we've been through 16 games this year. There's been plenty already in this young season of where we didn't have much scoring going on the first half of the game, and then we really turned it on late. I guess that would be like a football or basketball team making a halftime adjustment. So that's the sign of a good team, where they maybe don't have, something's not working, something's not happening, and there needs to be an adjustment to whatever that needs to be made, and they make it. And it also points to that there's no panic and no pressing in those situations where we are playing from a deficit, where a lot of times in baseball, especially college baseball, the team that scores first a lot of times wins. But with our guys, we don't have to score first. We're just going to find a way to get back into the game and then eventually take the lead. At least that's the mindset.
10 walks, 3 hit by batters. Do you feel like the team finally just started trying to maybe grind them down a little bit?
Yeah, and that was the message. When we did, regroup we did come together as a group. It was, look, we need to, instead of chasing hits, we just need to put the target on hitting it hard or drawing walks. Just put it on those two things. Good things will happen if we do those things. And they did that a lot. Everybody's third and fourth, fifth times through the order.
About 1 month through the season now, just your thoughts on where your team is as now you get ready for conference play.
Well, we still got Liberty, who's a really good team, who have some quality wins already this year. So, but it's all, the target is always, all the reflections are always going to be on, are we getting better? Are we improving? We want to be the number one ranked team at getting better. So, all of those kind of state of the unions and, zoom out, bird's eye view, 30,000 foot level, it's going to be, are we continuing to improve? Because we don't want to be playing our best baseball in March. We want to be playing our best baseball in June. And so we need to keep the target on getting better. And that could be individual guys and individual things, or it could be as a team collectively. Hey, we need to do this better. And that happens all the time. We say, hey, we weren't very good cashing in on our scoring opportunities in this particular day, and we need to be better at that today or tomorrow, whatever. So I think there's a lot of little ways you can look at how you get better, and it goes day to day, game to game, but we are constantly searching for those so we can have something to point to, or something to say we need to improve here, or we need to make sure this stays a strength.
5 games in a week. Now you got another 5-game week ahead of you. How valuable is it to have? You can give Luke Gaffney a day off today. You can give, another guy off and get Jack Crichton in the lineup. You can get Tristan McClatty in the lineup. To have 10, 11, 12 guys that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, it's a luxury item for sure. And, we kind of thought, the first, couple of months of the season, that's kind of how it would be. We would have a lot of different rotations, and I think through 16 games we haven't had the same lineup twice, and I don't expect we will anytime soon, just because of what you just said. There's always, every lineup we put out there, there's a couple of guys on the bench that should be playing and deserve to play, and so we have to keep this rotation where everyone stays fresh and everyone stays into it, and if we do it right, then everybody's playing most of the time. But we just need to keep doing that until, or maybe this is how we'll do it all year. I don't know. But there's a lot of guys doing a really good job, and even a lot of guys contributing in minimal, with the minimal opportunities they're getting.
Well, Durant had a good outing against South Carolina, and then today he kind of struggled a little bit. What do you think that was, or was he just not hitting his spots? Or?
Yeah, all the damage was done pretty much with 2 outs in the third inning. He got 2 outs, and then it was just like the thing started to just unravel a bit. But he through 3 innings, he had 3 hit by pitches and 2 walks, and so there were some big misses in there. And when his stuff is so good that when he doesn't have to be pinpoint command, his stuff is so good that when he's in the box, he's tough to hit because the ball moves, different directions. And today he just wasn't in the box that much, and had too many big misses and hit by pitches and things like that. That we felt like we had a bunch of fresh guys in the pen, and there was really no need to wait around. Of course, we wanted to see him stay out there longer, but Drew Titsworth, Reed Garris hadn't pitched yet on the weekend, and they're fresh, and we figured we might as well go to them.
My final question would be about Listy. I don't know that I've ever seen a player get as many 3-ball counts as that guy does. What does it mean to have him at the top of the lineup, constantly seeing pitches, letting the guys behind him see pitches, and working the count like he does?
It's another luxury item. He has an obsession with getting on first base. I mean, it's an obsession, and it's a great obsession, and we love it. But he also leads the team in pitches seen, and I don't even know how many he's seen. I just know he leads the team in that category. Just the eyeball test, but he makes pitchers work. He knows the strike zone. A lot of times, if he's taking pitches, he's taking balls. He's just got tremendous plate decisions up there, and the perfect guy to set the table for everybody else.
Anything else for Coach?